It's fine.
Did you guys watch Army of the Dead or not?
No.
Okay.
Nope. And my friend asked me about it today. I was like, no, I haven't seen it.
All right. So then,
what's weird is that I knew more about it than you did based on our text.
who, you and I?
Yeah, well, in the group chat when Jess was like talking about Chris D'Elia.
Oh yeah. I had no idea.
Like I didn't know he was.
Yeah, you did know more
because then placed him.
Yeah, but then I Googled it afterwards, and they apparently I guess they filmed the whole. When you say replaced, they filmed the movie with him in it.
Yeah,
and then they
played every part of it without anyone else around her.
That's why I texted it in the group chat because it was like a whole big thing.
Dude, but that's crazy because I hadn't watched it knowing that part until after. My roommates were just watching it, and I'm looking at her in the scene, and I'm like, there's no way anybody can tell that she's not actually there with them.
Scenes
the headline was literally like Zack Snyder. It costs like $1.1 million, and Zack Snyder says it's worth it or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
But why is Zack Snyder willing to spend that much money to make the CGI look good or whatever the fuck to make this look good for that, but he won't pay the money to make it look good on any of his other movies?
Well, that's studio. So
that's true. That's true.
That he's a director, and he's apparently a very controlling director, but he doesn't control the purse strings.
Yeah, that was a dumb question. Why is Zack Snyder not paying out of his own pocket to provide these things?
Batman v Superman look better. Also, I watched Batman versus Superman recently. It was like on HBO, like the literal channel.
Yeah.
It has so many opportunities to be a good film. It just neglects all those moments to make a turn for the better. Like I keep watching, I'm like, this is a good setup, a good scene. It's well done, and then they do something, and like it's every 20 to 30 minutes, just like everything lines up to be a really well done scene, and then it happens.
And they blow it.
Yeah, they blow it. Either the script's bad or like they just choose some weird segue, and you're like, why'd you take me out of that?
Yeah. Well, because they used it to set up the whole other series. But whatever. Before we even go on that rant.
Zack Snyder, and then we have to talk about him for 5 weeks.
We'll finish Army of the Dead. Yeah. Jess was right. The musical number at the very beginning, it was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so it did. So it came on, it Netflix. I have this thing where I just randomly click Netflix shows to let them play in the background.
Yeah.
So I clicked it. I'm letting it play, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And it was just on, and it was a fucking musical. I'm like, "Is this really a musical? Is that really how this is gonna go?"
So Jake, they're introducing all the characters and whatnot, and it basically just starts out "Yo, we're killing zombies," and it's basically what you would expect from James Gunn making the Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad movie. It's just it's like musical number and them just killing zombies and killing villains, and he basically tried to do a James Gunn movie and failed. I think James Gunn probably would have had more fun doing this movie than Zack Snyder.
I was just confused. Nothing else was musical that I saw.
I mean, it was just to introduce the characters. It tried to set the tone
for 20 minutes.
I mean, it wasn't that long. It was.
Oh, come on!
It was.
It's a 2-hour and 30-minute movie, so I've heard.
Okay, it was pretty long. I'm gonna be honest.
It was a long ass musical number. It was a long.
That was a 20-minute segment, and just they have the room for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many characters, and there's so many pretty much everybody just dies to save the world, and it kind of got old after the third person did it. I was like, okay, so everyone is just this amazing person. Everyone is willing to just die for the well-being of everyone else.
Yeah, man.
No,
you're alone on this. You're the one who's not willing to die right now for the betterment of humanity.
Dude, I'll kill myself right now for everybody. Damn. I'm sorry, that was too much.
On screen, Eric's death.
The coloring, you get what you pay for from Snyder. Literally, I don't understand. There's just no way this guy, he just doesn't like color. That's it.
So just like a bluish gray again.
I don't think it was bluish gray. It was a little more color than normal, but it was still just like he's trying to have this not happy go lucky movie, but he's trying to have, I don't know. It might
his version of like popping color, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want to make Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, and it's like, but you're still Zack Snyder, so you can never to that much saturation.
Basically, and Batista, Dave Batista, former WWE wrestler, he was your leading man, and he's not a bad actor. What'd you say?
I read that he fucking loved working with Zack.
I think Batista is I was gonna say he's just kissing his ass because he wants more roles, but he's a pretty big name at this point where he doesn't really have to like.
Yeah, Batista's pretty huge.
Yeah, he's not Rock, but he is like, you want a big ass guy on your set.
Yeah,
get Dave.
He's saying he doesn't want to do Guardians of the Galaxy anymore. He says that's his last one.
That's fine.
Yeah, no love lost.
Okay. Well,
they honestly they wrote that character poorly in the second one. In the first one, it's great, and then the second one they make him just an absolute idiot. And I get that he spoke like in the first one, he just doesn't understand like subtlety.
Right.
Like, it's all literalism, but it at no point is like, oh, he's also just the biggest fucking idiot of all time. But in the second one is like, what if we just took that and made it he is in fact the biggest idiot.
Well, I think Thor 2 was was Thor 2 the one where they kind of just went off the rails and they were just like, this is just a comedy? Or was that was Ragnarok?
Yeah. Thor 2 is the one with, I don't know.
Oh, right. Why did I mention Thor?
Are not that good.
Well,
but Ragnarok was
really good.
Taika Waititi is great.
Hold for Everything podcast.